Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Authentic Info Podcast. I'm your host, Admas Andrilchauk. The popular William Nicol Drive has been changed to Winnie Mandela Drive. Now, we saw the ANC and the EFF fighting over who is the person who proposed the motion to change the name of the popular William Nicol Drive to Winnie Mandela. We saw one of the ANC MMC in Johannesburg claiming that she is the one who proposed for the name street change. But the EFF comes in to say that they are the ones who amended that motion to be specific to William Nicol, to be specific to Orlando Stadium, that they must be changed to Winnie Mandela Stadium and Winnie Mandela Drive. And there are other street names which they also proposed that they went in to be specific, and then they changed that motion to make it be more specific about Winnie Mandela. So is it that time of the year where we saw desperation from political parties claiming it is victories? I mean, this is something which was proposed in 2018, September, if not October, if I'm not mistaken. And then it came to materialize in 2023. So both parties are claiming Winnie Mandela. We know that the EFF has been actively claiming the legacy, to protect the legacy of Winnie Mandela. But on social media, we saw the ANC SG, Fikile Mbalula, celebrating that it is done. They've done it. The ANC have done it. So he is also claiming that it is the duty or the role of the ANC that has become a success, that the ANC is the one which was actively involved and proposed for the name change of the popular William Nicol Drive to be changed to Winnie Mandela. And the EFF on the other side are lambasting the ANC that they never associated with Winnie while she was still alive, and now they want to claim easy victories. But I, for one, think that both parties, are claiming an easy victory, because changing a street name, I don't see it benefiting the people. Maybe that the particular family, the Winnie Mandela family, I don't know. Or maybe they are getting paid if the street name has a name of someone from their family. Maybe they're getting benefits from that, and these political parties or those who propose that name change have a share. I don't know. This is politics. Anything is possible. But other than that, what do we get from changing a street name? Because a lot of us have been asking that question, that if we change William Nicol Drive, that it solves the problem of traffic in the morning and during knock-off time. Does it change that problem? That is solved? Does it give a solution that now that it is called Winnie Mandela Drive, we won't see traffic? Is that going to be the case? Because it is not the first time that this government has been changing names. We have seen cities being changed. We have seen towns being changed. We have seen hospitals being changed. But the services remain the same. The structures remain the same, dilapidating, and they are not putting more effort in bringing back quality infrastructure, just merely to paint these apartheid buildings to look new and revive them. They're not doing that. They are obsessed with changing them to the names of comrades who fought in the armed struggle and comrades of the ANC and things like that. But what solution does it give? Because even if we erase apartheid history, I think it's also a danger, because we might erase apartheid history, and then the generations that come who might take power back to the apartheid people, because these people have a system that is still operating in South Africa. So if we change that history, we must be very careful as South Africans, because we shouldn't take away everything. The history must remain, and these names must teach us about the role of William Nicol and what has he done, what was his role in the apartheid government, what did he achieve, how did he treat the people while leading. So if we remove these things, his descendants might come back using other tactics, because we are erasing them from history. So I think the state must be careful. We should build alternative roads. I believe we should build alternative roads that will come as a solution to congestion and traffic that will come as a solution to the problems that the likes of the previously called William Nicol Drive have encountered for far too long. That is a road that you hear about in the morning almost every day. That there's traffic, there's sometimes robots are not working, sometimes there's an accident and things like that. So they are not building anything. They are just changing the names of these things. I mean, if they go and change Bree Street or to call it Lillian Ngoyi or whatever, does it solve the problem of the best that transpired? It doesn't solve. The problem is still there. It has not been solved. But they changed the name. They didn't check what's going on under that road. They didn't check the infrastructure to check if there are certain pipes that needs to be replaced and things like that. They focused on changing the names and who is going to get that tender to change that name. So I don't know what type of government is this that celebrates the changing of names to people of their favorite, because we don't want them to change names. We want them to build more roads. We want them to build more hospitals instead of changing apartheid buildings into the names of the people who they love so much. So I think that both the ANC and the EFF are fighting to claim an easy victory. That is an easy victory, and it doesn't bring any solution to the problems of traffic. Changing William Nicol to Winnie Mandela Drive, it doesn't change anything. The problem remains the same. There is congestion of traffic in Johannesburg that needs to be solved by building alternative roads. When these comrades travel, they don't learn anything. They must travel abroad and check China and other countries or states that have quality infrastructure, state-of-the-art infrastructure, and bring that home, because alternative roads and bridges can be built to solve the problem of traffic. But in South Africa, we changed the names of the roads which were built in apartheid, and we want to claim such victories. I mean, it's an easy one. Changing a name is nothing. It's unlike building a new road to solve the problems of William Nicol. Because when these guys built these roads, I didn't think they had a vision that one day Johannesburg will be congested the way it is. That one day black people will buy cars the way they are doing. That one day the city will be dirty the way it is. They built these structures with a vision to cater for the minority. But now that the majority is in power, the majority is failing to provide for its people through building new infrastructure and maintaining the little that the apartheid has built. We see the ANC-led government, we see the seniors of the ANC in the national executive blaming the apartheid for whatever that they failed to solve. Recently, Fikile Mbalula has blamed the apartheid for its debt, that the ANC-led government is still servicing the debt that was caused by the Boers. When they left government in 1994, they stole a lot of money. But in the previous administrations, no president entertained that. No Secretary General entertained that. From President Ramaphosa as a deputy, we never heard about this. But now that he is the president and is gunning for a second term, they are looking into all mistakes that they are there, and then they are claiming to us that they are going to fix them. We must give them another 5 years that they take the ANC into the next administration. They want to be in power to fix the problems that they failed to fix in the past 30 years. And while failing to fix such problems, they added more, because each and every president who comes in South Africa, who comes to power in the ANC, they claim that they have to clean the mess of the previous administration, then they have to start working, which means it takes 5 years to clean the mess which was caused by the previous president. And then they need another term, which is a second term, to come on a clean slate and provide leadership. So if a person of the caliber of a Secretary General of the ANC comes in to celebrate the changing of a street name, not building an alternative road that is better than William Nicol, that solves the problem that are encountered by William Nicol Drive. I think it's an embarrassment, and I think they don't take South Africans serious, and I think they don't value our votes. I think they don't value our existence, because such shouldn't be celebrated and fought for. If it's a success, then it is successful. Let it be like that, and then there's an official opening. I also had information that the EFF threatened the executive mayor of Johannesburg that if he doesn't mention that this motion was tabled by the EFF, they are going to fire him. So if that is true, it's wrong. It's embarrassing for a political party to claim easy victories such as that. I mean, if they proposed, for example, that there should be an alternative road that solves the congestion that happens in William Nicol, and then yesterday it was opened, or on Tuesday the road was officially opened, that at least it is worth celebration. That it's worth to be claimed as a victory of a political party of ANC and EFF's caliber. So they threaten Gwamanda from Al Jama that if he doesn't mention them, he's going to lose his job. So if it's true that they did this, it's wrong. It's so low of them. It is so low. So they can come and claim that they are the ones who proposed for and amended that motion, and then it came to existence. They can come and claim that. But we don't want that. That is not what we want, because that does not change the position of the road. It doesn't make the road even bigger. It doesn't change anything. It doesn't change the problems that that is encountered by traffic. It doesn't change anything. So why are they happy for erasing apartheid history? Don't they see that somehow this is going to be a threat? It's going to be a threat, because when you erase history, it means you want people to forget about what transpired and how we arrived here. Because that is the same strategy that white people used in Africa and in South Africa, by the way, to erase our history so that we don't know our religion, we don't know our culture, and we are lost as a nation, as black people. They used the same strategy. So if we have a government that also comes to erase that history, it means they want us to forget what we come from. Because in order for us to understand where we come from as black people, that history of colonialism needs to be there, that we were once victimized and colonized by a particular race which existed for this long. And then we defeated this system, but partially. And what we need to do is to deal with this system and clear everything so that we move forward, so that we fight for our religion, we fight for our culture, we fight for our identity, because these people came in to erase our history. So that is the danger of erasing history, that these politicians don't see. They don't see any problem when they change, when they remove a structure or for example, a statue of a white person who was terrorizing black people. And by that time, we live in existence with white people who have an in-depth history of where they come from. Ours has been erased. And we are not building our own infrastructure which we will name after our leaders. We are not doing that. We are erasing and renaming. We remove the names, we renamed it with our leaders. And I think that is so low. It is so low, and it shouldn't be supported. We must build our own roads. We must build our own highways and name them after the people who have been involved in advocating for such change, and name them after the leaders who were there when these projects started and finished. We must build our own hospitals. We must build our own government buildings and stop renting. Government must have ownership, because when these political parties speak about ownership and themselves who are in power owns nothing. You can see that they are just there for their own benefits. They are just there just to make sure that they make a lot of money through deals, through tenders, and give their siblings, relatives, girlfriends, and everyone else who submits to them lucrative deals, which they will get the profit on the other side. I mean, in the Zondo Commission, the State Capture Commission, we saw one guy testifying that they used to charge Edwin Sodi 10% of everything. And then there's a tender of more than 200 million that Edwin Sodi got. And then he subcontracted that guy. So that guy only got 22 million from Edwin Sodi. And then Edwin Sodi had more than 190,000 for himself and didn't render any services. So which means they overquoted everything, and then that project was supposed to be even less than 20 million, because that guy on that 20 million is still going to make profit. So that is what they want to do. That is what they are here for. And they want us to celebrate with them when they change street names. For what? That is an easy victory. That is so low for the ANC and EFF to be claiming, to be fighting for. And we should see them for who they are. That they are not fighting to build another hospital with the capacity of Chris Hani Paraguanath Hospital. They don't want to build another one. But they can see that we are congested, and if people are fighting for basic healthcare in Gauteng. But they don't want to build more hospitals. They want to change their names and celebrate them. There's nothing to celebrate after changing the name of an apartheid infrastructure. It should be a shame, and they should be ashamed. They shouldn't be proud to put it to social media, to their social media accounts, and put it in these media houses when they are interviewed, and claim it publicly that they are the ones who proposed for such change. When are they proposing for the building or construction of new roads? I think it would be very wise if they were fighting or claiming for the construction, the successful construction and opening of an alternative road to William Nicol by the name of Winnie Mandela. We understand that Winnie Mandela's legacy is not that big, and they are fighting that her name must be in the history books. It's fine, but they can do that through building new airports and having the capacity of Cape Town International, and they name it after Winnie Mandela. They can do that by building another road, a highway, and name it after her. It's not supposed to be in Johannesburg or Gauteng, by the way. It can be in Limpopo. It can be anywhere. But because these leaders are not ready to provide leadership, they are not ready to build infrastructure of quality, to build state-of-the-art quality buildings and name them after themselves. They are not ready for that. So they all they can do is to fight over street name change. That's what they want. That's what they are capable of. So we should be careful about this type of leadership that celebrates nothing, because changing a name is nothing. We want new buildings. We want new roads. We want new hospitals. We want new infrastructure that will provide basic services for our people. We have old roads which are not taken care of. We have old roads which are just neglected. No maintenance whatsoever. Johannesburg is full of potholes. No one is fixing that. So we want solutions. We don't want street name change. So it's an embarrassment by the ANC and the EFF to fight over changing the street name. They should fight over building new roads, new infrastructure. This Authentic Info podcast, these are just my views. You can have yours on the comment section. Let's engage. Don't forget to subscribe. Let's grow together. I thank all the new subscribers. Thank you.